Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening, and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Jeremy Wall. It's a busy travel weekend with Christmas and Hanukkah just a few days away. AAA predicts a record-breaking 2.3 million Wisconsinites will travel 50 miles or more from home this holiday season. Let's bring in First Warn meteorologist Nicole.
Yeah, we do have the chance to have some slick conditions out there, especially in those morning hours. If we take a look, we do have a winter weather advisory issued for portions of the area. This is mainly for that freezing drizzle risk that we have going into the early hours of Monday. If we take a look at our live radar right now, we can already see there's some light snow showers out there, but really not picking up too much yet. That main event is really going to come in those early morning hours. Here we are at 4 in the morning. You can start to see some light flurries, mainly near I-94. Those will continue through the early morning hours until we get to around 7 a.m. That's when you can kind of see starting to see that rain starting to mix in just south of I-90. That's going to continue throughout the morning hours. And again, road temperatures are cold enough where there could be some freezing occurring. We're not really expecting a whole lot in terms of ice accumulation, but with conditions like this, it is a possibility that there could be a light glaze on those roadways, especially if you're east of the Mississippi and south or near I-90. Could have some slick spots in the morning. Overall, not too large of impacts, but still something to be aware of as we go throughout the day. Otherwise, snow chances really run home for that precipitation type as we go later in the day. In terms of snow accumulation, it's looking very light, mainly areas off into the east of the Mississippi, looking at possibly picking up an inch, otherwise still seeing just a trace around here. I'll break down what the rest of the travel forecast is looking like coming up in just a little bit.
All right, thank you, Nicole. And a reminder, you can track weather on your block by downloading the First Warn weather app. You can find it on the App Store or on Google Play. One person is dead after an officer-involved shooting in Lafayette. Chippewa County Sheriff's Office deputies responded to a domestic abuse incident this weekend. The suspect left the scene before law enforcement arrived. When officers located the vehicle and tried to stop it, the driver crashed their vehicle. After the crash, the driver fired a weapon at law enforcement, hitting a Chippewa Valley Sheriff's Office squad car. The suspect was shot by a SWAT team. After life-saving measures, he was pronounced dead at the scene. The name of the suspect hasn't been released yet. A garage is considered a total loss after a Freedman Township fire. The fire was called in around 9:30 this morning. Multiple fire departments responded. Crews were able to control the blaze before the flames were able to reach the interior or get under the trailer. The residents' boat, hunting equipment, and fishing gear were lost in the fire, including their ammunition, which went off during the blaze. Ferryville's fire chief says while the garage is a total loss, the rest of the home is still salvageable.
We began using our thermal imaging camera to see if anything was compromised within the house to prevent spreading by taking siding off and everything else. And it seemed not to be compromised by the heat, other than the siding being melted and panes of exterior glass being broken.
There is no word yet on what may have started the fire. The cause of yesterday's log cabin fire in La Crosse is still under investigation. The fire broke out just before 5 p.m. It happened on the 1700 block of Bridal Coulee Road. Nobody was injured or home at the time of the blaze. 2 U.S. Navy pilots were shot down Sunday over the Red Sea in an apparent friendly fire incident. Both pilots who were on the same plane were recovered alive after ejecting from the striking aircraft, with one suffering minor injuries. The FA-18 shot down had just flown off the deck of the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft carrier when it was shot down by the USS Gettysburg guided missile cruiser. The U.S. military had conducted airstrikes targeting Yemen's rebels at the time of the friendly fire incident. U.S. military's Central Command did not elaborate on what the pilot's mission was. The House Ethics Committee report on former Representative Matt Gaetz is expected to be released tomorrow, according to two sources. The House Ethics Committee secretly voted earlier this month to release the report. The report was the result of an investigation looking into possible sexual misconduct involving a minor and other allegations. Gaetz has long denied any misconduct. He resigned from Congress after President-elect Trump nominated him to be Attorney General, but Gaetz ultimately withdrew his name from consideration. A secret passageway in Italy is now open to the public. The legendary Vasari Corridor was built in 1565 for Medici rulers in Florence. The elevated walkway offers breathtaking views of the city and connects a number of popular landmarks. However, the passageway was private for leaders to avoid their enemies. In recent decades, it was open to those willing to pay a hefty fee for exclusive access. Now, for the first time in history, the corridor has opened to the general public. The Winona community came together to support a beloved Cotter School South member tonight. He will bring Nick Celius, a custodian in the Cotter School District, has been battling cancer throughout the year. Earlier, faculty, students, and families gathered at his home to bring him some holiday cheer in the form of Christmas carols. Organizers say they want to do whatever they can to support him during this difficult time.
Great guy. I mean, he keeps everyone in mind. He's willing to help anyone whenever they need it. He's a hard-fighting man. He won't give up.
Celius thanks the Cotter community for the continued support and love they have showed him through his years at the school and his battle with cancer. United Health CEO shooting suspect Luigi Mangione is expected to be arraigned Monday. More on the charges right after the break.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
Honey, where are the kids?
I put them in the furnace so I could figure out why we don't have any heat.
You did what?
Maybe it's that loose wire.
Maybe it's that plug vent.
Maybe it's the bad igniter.
Maybe it's a dirty flame sensor.
Or maybe...
Why don't we just call G&T Heating and Air Conditioning?
Quality you can count on, experience you can trust.
With over 50 years of combined experience, G&T services residential and commercial customers within 50 miles of West Salem.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Hey, there's John McGivern.
You know John McGivern?
She sure does. What's up?
I'm trying to figure out which Medicare Advantage plan to choose.
That's easy. Network Health. They have plan options with the Part B Premium Give Back. That's money back in your pocket. Dental and vision benefits, even plans with a $0 monthly premium.
That's what I've been telling her. I'm going to give them a call.
Call today, 833-7-NETWORK.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
United Healthcare CEO shooting suspect Luigi Mangione is expected to be arraigned on state charges in New York tomorrow. Mangione is accused of gunning down Brian Thompson in Manhattan outside of a hotel on December 4th. He also faces several federal charges. Jen Sullivan is in the Big Apple tracking both cases and explains what's next.
It's a high-profile case that will now likely involve 2 separate trials. Luigi Mangione faces federal charges and New York State charges in the death of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. Mangione was extradited Thursday from Pennsylvania to New York, where he faced a slew of federal charges, including a firearms offense, 2 stalking charges, and murder through use of a firearm. If found guilty, he faces a maximum sentence of either the death penalty or life in prison. His attorneys dodging questions about the federal case.
Karen, do you have any comment on these charges today?
Not at this time. Thank you so much.
The federal criminal complaint describes chilling details about contents inside a notebook that authorities say was found on Mangione when he was arrested at a McDonald's in Altoona, Pennsylvania earlier this month. According to the criminal complaint, the notebook contains several handwritten pages that express hostility towards the health insurance industry, and one entry dated October 22, 2024, describes intent to, quote, whack the CEO of one of the insurance companies.
We always talk about motive opportunity means all 3 of those elements are addressed and captured in the criminal complaint as well as his notebook.
Mangione is expected to be arraigned in New York Monday, where he faces 11 state charges, including first-degree murder as an act of terrorism.
It was targeted, premeditated, and meant to sow terror.
In New York, I'm Jen Sullivan reporting.
And prosecutors say Mangione will remain in a federal detention facility and is expected to face the state trial before his federal trial. There's still time for your last second Christmas shopping. A look at the items topping this year's Christmas lists after the break.
And we're still expecting slick spots to be occurring in your morning commute as we go into Monday. However, I'll have a full look at what your travel forecast is looking like before and after the holidays coming up right after the break.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
You come alive in the dead of winter and start work early on snow days because snowed in is not an option. The Kubota Snow lineup of compact tractors, RTVs, and versatile attachments are built to move, plow, blow, and thrive in the winter. So when the snow falls, you could rise to meet it.
Right now, receive 0% APR for 60 months and up to $2,300 off BX Series tractor packages. Visit any of your local Johnson Tractor dealerships in Menominee, Baldwin, Osseo, and Arcadia.
It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew.
Maverick, Ranger.
Another truckload of trucks?
Big event needs a big selection. Right, like the Ford F-Series. Best-selling trucks for 47 years. Gas, hybrid, electric, and big selection means great deals. Exactly, which means it's the best time to buy.
Get up to $88.45 in total savings or lease F-150 for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
Shop local this holiday season at the Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with A1 Vacuum, your partner in keeping the holidays spotless for over 75 years. Visit Ooh La La Consign and Furniture Annex for consigned and curated collections. A consignment shop that highlights the beauty and utility of previously loved items. Pop on down to the Gourmet Candy Shop. From fresh roasted nuts, fudge, domestic, and European chocolates, make every celebration deliciously unforgettable. Shop Jackson Plaza today.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
Well, in just a few days, we'll all be unwrapping those gifts for the holidays. And if you procrastinated and are still scrambling to buy presents, there's still time to make those last-minute purchases. Topping some lists this year are gifts that were also popular decades ago. Bradley Blackburn has more on how, in our digital world, analog still has staying power.
In the heart of Manhattan, in the year 2024, a record store called Rough Trade is thriving. Holiday shoppers digging through LPs to give the gift of music in a package you can hold.
It's more personal and just shows a lot more care and thought.
Store manager George Flanagan has worked in record shops for decades, seeing vinyl sales flatline, then boom back.
We also see the 15-year-old Taylor Swift fan that, understands there's something special about having a physical record.
Over the last 8 years, vinyl album sales have grown nearly 300%, with nearly 50 million new records sold in 2023. CDs and even cassettes are making a modest comeback as physical gifts you can touch and hear.
We're hitting that point where people want a break from just staring at a screen.
It's not just analog audio. At one of New York's oldest toy shops, Mary Arnold Toys, many customers come in asking for low-tech gifts.
Battery-free, pretend play toys that the grandparents and parents are kind of gravitating towards, especially during this holiday season.
Board games are also big, mainstays like Monopoly, and a new Wicked game that's flying off the shelf. Then there are punch balls and other physical games families can play together.
You got it.
As some parents worry about the impact of digital devices on kids.
Simple dolls, Magna-Tiles, anything that she has to create her own world versus one that's dictated by a program is better for us.
Retro gifts still surprising.
It's called classic for a reason, right?
This holiday season. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Who doesn't love those retro gifts? While you're shopping for the perfect Christmas gift, the real treasure might be hidden in a nearly $1 billion lottery ticket. The estimated jackpot is now $944 million. One lucky winner will get the choice to take home a lump sum of $429 million. The next Mega Millions drawing is Christmas Eve. $944 million sure sounds like a good holiday gift to me. How about that, Nicole? $944 million. I would buy all those games on the shelf there.
Yeah, I don't even know what I would do with that amount of money. Probably go to a couple concerts, maybe add a couple gifts to my list. I really tried my best this year, but you always want to give some more. In terms of weather, it's a nice little gift out there. Now, if you're a fan of the snow on the ground, we'll get into that in a little bit and what our chances are looking like for our white Christmas coming up. But tonight, we're staying near freezing again. Have that chance for that freezing rain as we go throughout the morning, as temperatures will be just below freezing as we go throughout the morning. However, as we head into the afternoon, we're still going to be warming up into the mid-30s across most of the area, finally feeling that warmer air ushering in, and we're only going to get warmer as we go throughout the rest of the week. Here's what your morning's looking like. Again, waking up to 31 in La Crosse, a good chance to see some wintry mix starting off probably more as a freezing drizzle, potentially giving some slick spots out there. But the good news is we'll transition into more of a frozen precipitation in terms of snowfall as we go later into the day, so that freezing drizzle should not last too long. In Eau Claire, we're staying a little bit cooler as you're waking up in the morning. Again, most of the day, or most of the morning, I should say, will be that snowfall. However, there is still that slight chance very early in the morning where you could have a more of a wintry mix mixing in with that precipitation. Otherwise, we're going to have a little bit of a break after this. Monday, we do have that good chance for that precipitation throughout the morning hours. However, as we go into Tuesday and then to Christmas Day, we have very low chances for accumulation in any type of precipitation. That's going to ramp up, though, as we go into Thursday night all the way into Friday and Saturday as well. We're going to end the week off on a little bit of a wetter note, but the good news is it's going to be so warm out there that all that precipitation will be falling as rain, so we won't really be having a lot of local travel headaches other than some wet roadways out there as we go towards the end of the week. Here's a look at our temperature trend. We've been up and down the last 2 weeks. We had two couple cold stretches in there. However, we do not have any cold stretches in sight to end the year off. Here we are starting the week off around 5 to 10 degrees above average. However, as we go into the weekend, some areas could be getting 15 to maybe even 20 degrees above average out there. In Eau Claire, it's a similar story up and down the last 2 weeks. We're definitely going to feel this heat up, though, as we go towards the end of the year. As we go into the beginning of the year, we're still kind of lulling a little bit above average to start 2025 off. However, we could start to tick down a little bit, getting a little bit closer into the 30s again. But we're really going to be seeing the mid to upper 40s out there, and that turns all of our heads to whether or not our snow is going to be able to stick around as we go throughout the holidays. So here we are historically, climatologically, what's our chance of white Christmas? Well, we have one of the best chances in the entire country. In southern Wisconsin and southern Minnesota, you see about a 50 to 60% chance of seeing a white Christmas. From every year on up into the northern portions of the state, it increases to about a 75% chance. What's that looking like this year, though? We have around 2 inches of snow on the ground in Eau Claire, around 4 inches of snow on the ground in La Crosse. However, it is warming up, so we're saying that we just have a slight chance to be holding on to that snowfall as we go into Christmas Day. The more central into Wisconsin that you go, that chance increases a little bit because we do have that light accumulation occurring tomorrow. Although if it is staying through Wednesday, it's very unlikely that it's going to be sticking around for very long after that. Look at those temperatures. Again, we're staying in the mid-30s as we go throughout the holidays. Otherwise, once we get into the end of the week, we're getting into the 40s. We're seeing temperatures getting into the upper 40s as we go into the weekend. So a nice little warm stretch, and thankfully for that warm stretch. I mean, I love to have the seasonable weather during the holidays, but I would not like to have a lot of snowfall during the travel at the end.
That's the painful part, but who doesn't like a white Christmas?
Exactly. I hope we can hold on to it as we go throughout Christmas.
And this year, Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, they're all around the same time, so you know,
Very
snow for
yeah.
snow for all those days.
Hopefully, yes.
All right, thank you so much, Nicole. Coming up in sports, the Badgers hit the court for the last non-conference game of the season. Plus, the Vikings and Seahawks battle it out in Seattle. See who came out on top. Kate is in next with sports.
News 8 Now Sports is brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Wisconsin, with 6 locations of fun.
G&T Heating and Air Conditioning is giving thanks this holiday season with a new Goodman furnace. Go to news8000.com/contests and enter to win some Seasons heatings. Bring in the new year with a new furnace from G&T.
You'll find the Ram you're looking for at Pischke Motors in West Salem or Pischke Motors in La Crosse.
It's the Wrap Up the Year sales event. Stop into Pischke Motors now to save over $10,000 off MSRP on a 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn. Come see the all-new and redesigned Bighorn with unparalleled durability, towing, hauling. Ram has you covered. Hurry in. This offer ends December 31st.
Start your search at Pischke.com and then drive away in your new Ram.
Craving authentic Mexican flavors? Look no further than Señor Villa. At Señor Villa, we bring the taste of Mexico to your table every day. Join us for our unbeatable $5 lunch specials packed with flavor and value. And don't miss our nightly specials where the fiesta never ends. Señor Villa, where great food meets great value. Visit us today. Señor Villa, the taste of Mexico you've been craving.
Our hearing connects us with people, and when that bridge is broken, our job is to help people with that hearing loss and reconnect them back with their lives again. We really feel that better hearing is a better life.
Happy holidays from everyone at Better Hearing Center.
G&T Heating and Air Conditioning is giving thanks this holiday season with a new Goodman furnace. Go to news8000.com/contests and enter to win some Seasons heatings. Bring in the new year with a new furnace from G&T.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Week 16 of the NFL season, teams across the league trying to close in on those playoffs. And the Packers play tomorrow night, so we'll start with the Minnesota Vikings. They entered the day 12-2 on the season, looking to chase down the Lions for the #1 seed. Tough one this afternoon in Seattle against the Seahawks, but the Vikings wasting no time. First and goal, Darnold going right up the middle to Jordan Addison for 6. Vikings in front. Second quarter, Seattle fighting back. Geno Smith dropping back, takes a shot, and DK Metcalf hauls it in for the score. We're all tied at 7. Just over 6 to go in the half. Vikings in the red zone, and Darnold throwing the fade with some pinpoint accuracy. Touchdown, Justin Jefferson. Great throw, great catch, and even better celebration. Vikings would go up 10, but with 24 seconds before the break, Geno Smith drops back, and he finds Jackson Smith-Njigba on the wheel route wide open. Seahawks cut it to 3. Let's go to the fourth quarter. Both teams would add a field goal, but with 4.5 to play, Geno Smith hits A.J. Barner in the back of the end zone. Seattle takes the lead. But here comes Sam Darnold. First and 10. Darnold stepping up in the pocket, launches it deep down the field, and oh my, Justin Jefferson comes down with it in for the score, and just like that, the Vikings retake the lead. But Seattle would have one last chance, 1st and 15. Geno Smith taking a shot, but that ball is intercepted, and the Vikings hold on again. 27-24 the final, and they are now 13-2.
Get much more grittier than that. Playing in one of the hardest places to come play, dealing with some elements, and just finding a way to win a game.
We've been able to, keep our heads down throughout the game and just do our job every single play. That's really been the key for us, and we're just going to continue to do that.
Not only did he have a game-winning touchdown, but Justin Jefferson would finish with 10 catches for 144 yards, and Sam Darnold now has 32 touchdown passes on the year. So here is what we've got for the NFC North standings. Still at the top are the Detroit Lions, 13-2 on the season, but the Vikings right on their heels, also 13-2. Those two teams play on week 18, but the Vikings will face the Packers, who are sitting in 3rd place in the division. Those two teams will face off next week, and the Chicago Bears rounded out at 4-11. Let's talk about that Packers game tomorrow night. Green Bay enters it 10-4, and if they can come out on top, they will clinch a playoff spot. Packers sitting as the 6th seed, but if they win out and the Vikings lose on week 18 to the Lions, then the Packers can climb into that 5 spot. But before we get there, they'll need a win tomorrow night. The Saints are just 5-9 on the year and have been eliminated from the playoffs, but the Green and Gold know there is still work to be done.
I think our guys realize what type of team is coming in here and what's at stake. So I would expect us to play our best ball.
We have to continue just to keep our foot on the pedal. Try to bury teams best we can. Play with aggression. Play with our play style. Snap in, snap out, and carry that through the next few games.
The Saints will be with Spencer Rattler at QB, who is preparing for the weather by going through reps in the team's walk-in freezer. Now, Green Bay has only lost twice at Lambeau all season, and the Packer defense is only giving up 20 points a game. This one's set to start tomorrow at 7:15 on ESPN. Let's go to the Kohl Center. Badgers hosting Detroit Mercy for their last non-conference game of the year. Back and forth early on. John Blackwell, the feed inside to Steven Crowell. That's an easy 2. Badgers in front, then later, Nick Winters taking a shot from deep, knocking it down. Wisconsin up 5. Let's go to the second half. Badgers starting to pull away. Crowell in the paint. Defense crumbles, and he lays it in for the easy 2. And then later, coming up the court, Winters again stepping into the 3. Money. Wisconsin closes it out 76-53 the final. They'll host Iowa on January 3rd. That's all I've got for sports. We'll be right back.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month. No trade-in needed. US Cellular.
I have something for you.
I have something for you, too.
Ford gets 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year.
Visit your Best Choice GMC dealer today.
Are record high energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today.
Looking for a bank that puts you first? Union State Bank is a community-owned bank looking to provide quality products and services to help make your banking easier. we take pride in getting to know our customers and understanding their needs. We are committed to helping you, your family, or your business with all your financial needs. We're here for you and we welcome you to bank with us. Union State Bank, where customers and community come first. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Join today's shoppers as they explore Sweet Valley Artisans.
There's so many good things here. How do you pick just one? You don't.
I've been looking for something to hang in my garage. What about this? Or this?
Vintage clothing and accessories? Let's check it out. Have you found anything yet? Yeah?
I'm getting hungry just looking at this. I know what you mean.
Stop in and find your treasure today.
His own version of Elf on the Shelf. Our photographer Brianna Gaspar shows us Sean on the lawn.
The Polar Express was just kind of brought up to me where they wanted to take the kids around town to see the lights, which is something I loved doing as a kid. So for them to come to me and say, hey, what do you think about being at our town or at your house? I said, absolutely, that would be great.
My kids love attending every year. It's a tradition now in our house, so every year they wonder when it's going to be, and we look forward to it.
I found him!
Sean on the Lawn is the elf on the shelf. He's life-sized, and I just started with him last year. I put a clue on Facebook, and they try to find him each night because he moves all over the yard. So he's out when the lights are on, and then he sleeps all day.
Every night we come looking for, actually the elf on the shelf, Sean on the Lawn is what they call it. We come looking for that every night, and just seeing the lights every night all year round is their favorite. But when we come on the Polar Express, they love seeing Santa and getting the hot chocolate too.
I enjoy making as many of the props and stuff for the yard as I can, especially like I said, the classic cartoons, and the Polar Express was new a few years ago, so that's definitely something that I enjoy making these things.
If you haven't gotten a chance, I would definitely make a trip to Azeka. On top of seeing Sean Z's lights, the whole town is very, very nicely lit up. We will definitely be back for the Polar Express next year.
Z has been doing Sean on the Lawn since last year. We'll be right back right after this.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Shop local this holiday season at the Jackson Plaza. Make cleaning a breeze with A1 Vacuum, your partner in keeping the holiday spotless for over 75 years. Visit Ooh La La Consign and Furniture Annex for consigned and curated collections. A consignment shop that highlights the beauty and utility of previously loved items. Pop on down to the Gourmet Candy Shop. From fresh roasted nuts, fudge, domestic, and European chocolates, make every celebration deliciously unforgettable. Shop Jackson Plaza today.
Welcome to the rustic side of Black River Furniture Outlet, Western Wisconsin's cabin store. Buy unique, one-of-a-kind pieces made in the USA, featuring aspen, hickory, barnwood, and specialty woods like walnut and maple burl. Shop dining sets, bars and bar stools. Find epoxy pieces, coffee and end tables, cabin furniture bedroom sets in king, queen, full, or twin. Bunk beds and case pieces to match. Huge selection in stock to take home or deliver today. Family and veteran owned, Black River Furniture Outlet, Black River Falls.
Andy Pitts here at Chrysler Winona, and we're clearing the lot for construction on our new dealership during the Wrap Up the Year sales event. A new Ram 1500 Crew Cab Bighorn with heated seats, remote start, and Apple CarPlay, just $429 per month with $1999 down. Or buy up to $12,500 off MSRP. Need more power? A new Ram HD Crew Cab, up to $13,000 off MSRP. So come see us at our new location, Highway 61, Winona.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced, but we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
Chart your career with a fabricator position at Chart Industries. Starting wage up to $30 per hour with no experience necessary. Excellent pay and awesome benefits. Apply now at jobs.chartindustries.com.
Okay, well, you could have some slick conditions out there as you go throughout your morning commute. A light chance for some freezing rain throughout the very early morning hours, but that's really going to turn to snow later into the afternoon, so it shouldn't be too much of an impact, but still something to be aware of as you go throughout your Monday morning. Don't want to start it off on a bad foot.
You don't.
Nope, not with the holidays.
That's going to do it for this edition of News 8 Now This Weekend. News